Hey guys, so everything is going to be in the description below if you want to do your own research and education. But this is my second video in the video series, Do This Not That. This one is going to be about biological family. This might be sort of offensive to some adopted parents. It might not be. Every situation is unique, but there's some common things in adoption that are just common, I guess. So, biological family, this is taken from the book 20 Things Adopted Kids Wish Their Adopted Parents Knew by Sherry Eldridge. That's the picture of it. So, number 8, chapter 8 in her book. These are actually the chapter names. Just because I don't talk about my biological family doesn't mean I don't think about them. Chapter 9, I want you to take the initiative in opening conversations about my birth family. Chapter 10, I need to know the truth about my conception, birth, and family history, no matter how painful the details may be. And chapter 22, even if I decide to search for my birth family, I will always want you to be my parents. Now, this book was very eye-opening to me. I read this a few years ago, and I recommend it to all adoptees and all adoptive parents. You don't have to agree with everything. Just like anything in life, you can take what's useful to you and discard the rest, but these are very, very, very vital to me, and I wish my adopted parents knew it when I was growing up, and they just thought that love was enough, and I didn't need to see my biological family. And let's get into what not to do. A lot of this stuff is what my parents did, and it was extremely damaging to me, and I'm trying to help other adoptees and adoptive parents not make those same mistakes, which I see to this day going on. So the worst thing you can do is try to raise them thinking that love is enough with zero education into raising an adopted child. And this can do way more harm than you think. And it's not just harm in the way that it's temporary. This can be deep, deep, deep psychological and primal emotional and mental wounds that last for a lifetime. So the worst thing you could do is deny, put down, pretend that the adopted child does not have two sets of parents, one that gave them life and one that is raising them. Obviously, they have a biological family, and that's just something that is a fact. Like, I don't know what else to say about that. The second thing to never do is to not let them talk about their own biological family around you or in their own home. The third thing is legally keeping them from knowing anything about their biological family, keeping them from visiting them, having any pictures, any history. This can seem like, oh, my child doesn't talk about it. They're not interested. They don't want to have anything to do with them. I knew a transracial adoptee, and I grew up with her, and her mom was almost proud of the fact that she didn't want to search for her biological family. And why do you think that is? We as adoptees look up to our parents. We can't bite the hand that feeds us. We're afraid that we'll get given back or rehomed. So we're going to go along with whatever the parents say is important. So if the adopted parent says that they don't want us searching for our family, we're more likely to keep that inside and just pretend like we don't want to search for them. But deep down inside, many adoptees are just thinking about, I wonder what they look like. I wonder what life would have been like with my biological family. I wonder if they talk like me. I wonder if they joke like me. I wonder what little things like what facial features do they have. I've still never seen a picture of my biological father. Still in my mind, and it's a big deal to me. So the things you can do, and obviously every situation is unique. You have to do what's best for you and your family. But the best things you can do is treat them like any other child in a crisis situation that has lost their parents and family. Get pictures, letters, information for them and or with them. Take initiative about having conversations about their biological family. I wonder what your dad thinks like, looks like, if they have your facial features, etc. This is just some examples of how to speak. Do 23andMe or Ancestry with them to find out more information. This was extremely important to me. This was very life-changing for me. It gave me a lot of validation on my Latino heritage. And if you haven't heard my other videos, I'd wasn't confident about calling myself Latino because everybody called me white until I was 21 and I met my biological family. Getting a DNA angel that will help find more information about your biological family. Learning to acknowledge, validate, and support the need to search for answers. So some examples are verbally letting them know it's okay to feel however they feel about it. So it's normal to feel, saying this to your child, it's normal to feel angry, resentful. Maybe not say denial because that's kind of offensive to somebody that could be in denial, but being in denial is normal in a traumatic situation. It's part of the grieving process. It's normal to feel happy that they're getting to search for their family, or that you're supporting it, or that they have two families that love them and care about them. It's normal to grieve. It's normal to feel sad. It's normal to feel confused. These are very common and completely normal things to feel in adopted children. Being separated from your family is a confusing and painful loss that is dealt with in many different ways. A lot of different things that I've heard are, I don't care about my biological parents at all. They left me at an orphanage and I don't give a crap about them. And obviously, if you dig a little deeper, there's a quote that says, I don't paraphrase it, but like it says, I dig deeper into my anger and realize that her real name was grief. I don't know the real quote, but basically saying that the resentment and hurt and pain is basically grieving a loss. Understanding the 7 core issues in adoption, it applies to the losses of family. Create a safe space for them to talk, to learn, and to listen. Continued learning and education. So here are some books that I recommend. This one is completely one of the most helpful books I will ever read on parenting. I'm a parent to a 3-year-old. It's extremely helpful. Here's some more. Journey of the Adopted Self, 7 core issues. It Takes More Than Love. Search for Mother Missing. And that's it. I hope this video didn't take too long, and I hope this